How's it going, Zen? Zeb, hello. How you doing? Chris, hello. AJ. I'm running late. I'm super late. Is it cold here? No. It's, I don't know, it gets a little chilly at night now. But a little chilly is like 60 degrees. No, if I'm not gonna be able to do it, I'll usually tell everyone on Twitter or in the Discord, or at least I try to. You know, if I'm not gonna do it. Marshawn, hello. 6 inches of snow? Oh man. I don't miss snow, that's for sure. No, I don't know about that one. We might just hold off on that. I was gonna work on that one, but unfortunately, I'm already running late. And I wanted this stream to be just a little chill, because, you know, let's be honest, the last few, I stayed up till like really late. So I want to keep it a little chiller. A little bit more chill today. Yeah, like last time was for the Halloween one. It was like, and it was like 1:30 in the morning here. I was like, I can't do that. I gotta work. I gotta do all this stuff. So it was fun, and I want to do that again. And I have plenty of other ideas and things that I want to do next stream. But are you laughing at my 2 a.m.? 2 a.m. for me is like, it's a big deal. Yeah, and then last week I also had all that crunch time and stuff. So yeah, maybe hold off on that till next week. Next week I'll go back to the craziness. Yeah, you guys probably work late all the time, but I don't know. I can't do that anymore. I just can't stay up all night. You don't know what it is because you've been inside all day? Yeah, I've had days like that, but yeah. The only reason why I know anything about what's going on outside is because I leave work and come home, pretty much. I've gotten super pasty. I lost all my tan. All my little bit of tan that I was building on and working on all summer. It's completely gone. Hawaii's gonna be not next week, but the week after we're gonna go. So Thanksgiving time. So definitely that week I will not stream at all. Go to the canyon. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna get poke. First time to catch a stream, Bezig. It's 10 a.m. for you. Well, thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you. Kawaii coffee. Oh, I'm sure. I always consume a lot of coffee, so coffee will be had. I'm all about getting the local stuff, so as much of the local flavor as I can get. You would hate to work the graveyard shift? Me too. That would suck. I don't know how people do it. Like my dad, for over 30 years, he would get up at like 2 in the morning to go to work. 2 a.m. And sometimes I'd get in trouble because I would stay out with my friends so late that by the time he's leaving for work, I'm still not home. It's like, he knows I've been out too late. Hello from Israel, 7 a.m. Oh, wow. Good morning. I never get up that early. Hey, do you have any drawing tips for drawing environments for noobs? You know, the drawing that I'm doing here is basically just massing out the major shapes of my landscape that I'm doing here. So there's a lot of detail, lots of complicated things. So if you can simplify an environment, simplify a landscape into simple, basic shapes, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. You get up at 4 a.m. Oh man, you stay up even though you got to get up at 4 a.m.? Dude. That commitment, I like that. Thank you. $10 a.m. in the morning in India? Man, this is such a global audience. I love it. Thank you guys for watching. As always. How beefy of a computer do you need to have to run Photoshop efficiently? I don't know what the minimum specs would be. I've got an Apple iMac. That's what I'm using right now. It's like, I don't know, I've got like a ridiculous amount of RAM in it, so I don't know. I think I have 32 gigs of RAM. I have the maximum RAM for an iMac. But I think even like 4 gigs of RAM should be plenty, honestly. You don't need a whole lot. And really, Photoshop just runs based on like the size of the image or the size of the PSD that you're working on. So you probably don't need a huge. But then again, I don't know. Hey, Jeremy's trying to figure out light and shadow, fencing and atmospheric perspective. Like, dark stuff has to be foreground, right? It doesn't have to be. You can have light stuff in the foreground. But for the sake of simplicity, yes. Foreground stuff is typically darker. Because it's closer to you. Less atmosphere in between you and the object. But nothing in art or nothing in composition or any of that is a have to. There are no, like, you know, set in stone rules. It's all... You know, but if it's easier to think about it and organize it that way, then yeah, sure. Then I think what you should do is pick a very, very simple subject matter and start there. Don't try to do too much. Don't try to do super complex images. Start with painfully simple things, almost like a still life or a single subject or something like that. A vignetted composition. Don't try to take on the world. You smell a Japanese area? It is not. I think this is it's Cambodia once again. MapCrunch loves Cambodia. And I'm spending a lot of time on that car, which still doesn't look right to me. But it's just a sketch. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of stuff going on in this environment, in this scene. But I just want to mass out the major elements in the scene. You guys have seen me do this process several times in the past. Should be old hat by now. But it's going to be one of those streams, right? Maybe I'll do one on the weekend. I can't promise that. You have 16 gigs of RAM, but your processor is slow. Yeah, the processor makes a big difference. Depends how old it is. Adam Harris, hello. Guys, I'm going to say this over and over again, but starting the year of our Lord 2018, I'm going to be 100% on Twitch. In terms of the stream will be on Twitch only. So I know Twitch is scary, but I think y'all like it. Twitch is pretty great. You're gonna do movie night for the Discord, and you can study film stills. That sounds awesome. Actually, I was thinking about doing a film study today, but right before the stream I was doing something completely different and lost track of time. I'll have to save that for another time, I guess. Can you show us the reference that you collected for this piece? Yeah, I can share with you the street view that I'm looking at. If it'll let me post a link, yes. Okay, great. There you go. What movie should we do? That's really hard to say. It really is, because it's all based on what you guys like. I personally like any movie where Roger Deakins is the cinematographer. Basically. Just because that's what I'm interested in, you know. Otherwise, some of the more fun things to do are like period piece movies. Those are always fun because people are dressed in various different costumes, and the lighting is always fantastical, and you know, it's fun. Emperor's New Groove? Yeah, sure. I love that. That's one of my favorite of the 2D animated movies. That was like in the 90s when 2D animation kind of had its last breath before going out. Yeah, that's a good idea. Baby Driver? Did that have good cinematography? I really wanted to watch that. I haven't gotten around to watching it. I love Edgar Wright's movies. So I feel bad that I have not seen that, and that I didn't get a chance to see it in the theater to throw that movie my money. Yeah, I'm gonna go for really efficient on this one, and really maybe a bit painterly here and there. And do the same process that I did for my Tatooine sort of Tatooine-ish Star Warsy Jawa painting. I really like working this way, and I want to kind of push this process to be more painterly and quick, and just see how efficient I can be with this process, and how much of it I can let go and all that. The tricky part is just figuring out what's in shadow and what's in light. The color of Pixar is pretty cool. Yeah, I agree. Like, a lot of Pixar movies, Disney movies, you know, they have very good sense of color, light, and mood, and real classic composition. One of my favorite movies, and I don't know, you guys might think it's boring, but it's a noir detective movie called The Third Man. It's based on a Graham Greene story. The movie was shot in like the 40s, post World War II, and it's shot in what is it called? Vienna. The whole movie is shot in Vienna, post World War II, so it's still completely destroyed. You know, a lot of the parts of the city are still really destroyed, but they shot the movie in there, and it's just shot so nicely. It's got Orson Welles in it. One of my favorite. It's a really good story too. Definitely a movie of its era, but it has some scenes in there, and you could probably, instead of watching the movie, you could probably just like actually look at some of the stills from that movie, because just how beautifully constructed each shot is during a couple different sequences. I mean, it was really ahead of its time in that sense, and just it was at the point where black and white movies, like the art of lighting and shooting black and white movies, was sort of at its peak. Yeah, The Third Man. It's really good. Are you using reference right now? Yes. I posted a link just above, and that's what I'm looking at. So you can play along if you want. I might just cover all this in shadow for the most part. Mike Kaiser, hello. Have you taken any schoolism courses? Not with the feedback, but I've watched a couple courses. Yeah. Have you? Do you like them? I'm sure there's some you could recommend. I watched Nathan Fowkes, one of his classes, and I watched a color and light class and a bit of the animal anatomy. My wife took the animal anatomy class with Terrell Whitlatch with feedback and everything. I think she enjoyed that. Sorry you're late. You're not. You're fine. You're not late. God, I hate photo bashing those small details. Not sure what that's about, but you don't have to photo bash. You could just spend more time on it. Oh yeah, your first one today with Jason Sealer. That sounds fun. I'd love to get better at portraits. I hear this question often, what's my favorite Ghibli movie? I know that's a tough question for me. It's Nausicaa. That is tough. I think my favorite one is Spirited Away. I think I'd have to put my vote over there. Yeah, Spirited Away. The Wind Rises? Really? It's your favorite? Why is that one your favorite? That's an interesting choice. Sure, this is before, but are you using a Cintiq? Yes, I'm using a Cintiq HD 22-inch tab, or yeah, Cintiq. What university did I go to? I went to an art school in Columbus, Ohio, called Columbus College of Art and Design. From 2005 to 2009. Any advice how to make my image sharper? Because every time I feel my image because I feel like my image, I like a bit of shallow. It feels blurred. I don't know what you mean, but I mean, sharper. There are, there's a sharpen filter. Also, if you work at a larger size and reduce the image down, it gives a kind of an automatic sort of sharpened feel. The other reason might be because you just need some sharper edges in your painting, and that's just a matter of painting in sharper edges. I don't know. Could be the brush you're using. Just be sure to paint in some sharp edges along with your soft edges. So could be many things. I'm not sure. I'm gonna definitely relax in some of the details in this background. Keep it as simple as possible. Because I don't want to spend any time painting that background. Screw that. It sucks. Would you say that they have pretty good curriculum? boy. I don't want to go on my art school rant. I have no idea what their curriculum is like nowadays, honestly. It was changing a lot. I'm under the opinion that art school is not necessary. It just depends how motivated you are and what exactly you want to do when you're in art school. If it's concept art and entertainment design, there are better ways to learn that than art school. My school did not adequately help me in terms of entertainment design and concept art. But I was a fine arts major, so I did traditional painting, and it was okay for that, I guess. I don't want to do my art school rant again. I can only do my art school rant like once every couple months. Shadow Colossus reboot looks really sick. It does. They did a good job. It looks pretty damn good. The only thing I want them to do with that game, and I'll buy it if they do it, is just fix the controls, because the default Shadow Colossus controls are just abysmal. They're terrible. That's the hardest thing about replaying that game, is just the climbing controls are so janky, and that's pretty much the whole game. But if they fix that and they maybe add like a little bit more to the open world, I'm so in. You know, I'd love to play that again, or at least play a reboot of it. I actually played when they re-released it. I replayed the game. It was a few years ago, but yeah, love that game. All right, what am I looking for? Try to vary up my brushes a little bit on this shadow layer. Well, if this is the first time you're gonna play it, I hope they don't drop the ball. You know, I mean, I like, if you've never played it, you could play the original and it would still be really good. I mean, the controls aren't so bad that it's unplayable. It just might be a little frustrating, and it just doesn't age well. Yeah, climbing controls have gotten much better since then. It came out like in 04 or 05. Did you see Flying Phantom Ship? One of the first of Miyazaki's projects? No, I don't think I've ever seen that. Fami, how are you doing? Thanks for dropping by. You do have a PS2? Well, they did re-release it on the PS3. I don't know if you have that, but pretty good re-release, I would say. And it came with Ico, the game before that. It's cool that you're still hanging on to a PS2. I actually still have my PS2. I don't know why I have it. I'm pretty sure it still works. I kind of want to try it, but I don't know how to plug it into HDMI. I have to like find an adapter for it or something. I'm totally like done with consoles. Just done. Except for the Switch. The Switch is really good. I'm all about it. It's Switch and PC for me. What's the background score? This is music by Peter Gundry. Peter Gundry. He just creates cool, epic music. So it's not a soundtrack to anything in particular, it's just his personal music that he makes. Hey, cool, you made it. Craig White illustration. What's going on? You can probably get this question about... no, no one's asked me about my thoughts of Breath of the Wild. At least I don't think anyone has. I like that game a lot. It's if I were to make a list of favorite games from this year, that would be number one. Absolutely. I love that game. It took me like 3 months to play through all of it because I got all the shrines. And yeah, I don't know. That game is pretty amazing. I can't wait for, like, they're supposed to have the new story DLC at some point. And I'm waiting for it. I want it. Did anyone else play that? I'm sure everybody liked it, right? Yeah, with my little time that I have, it did take me like 3, almost 4 months to finish playing it. Play what? Zelda? Yeah, Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's what I was talking about. Thank you, Craig White illustration. Oh, it's fun. It's stuff I would be doing anyways. I'm just inviting some friends to join me. That's all. I'm happy you guys are watching. I'll just say that. Otherwise, I'd be talking to myself, and I will do that. Let's get some of this dappled lighting in here. I'm just poor. Oh, I'm sorry, Zen. My awesome wife bought me a Switch and Zelda. I probably wouldn't have bought it for myself, to be honest. She got it for me for my birthday. It was awesome. I felt like an 8-year-old again. Yeah, we're all pals. Paying for CGMA instead. Yeah. That's a good investment. I mean, I hope you agree. I hope you feel that way. Costs a lot, yeah. Yeah, I thought CGMA was actually cheaper than a lot of other online schools. You wish like it was elementary school where you had one teacher for all the different subjects? Adam, are you also are you a CGMA student? Tell you about that game brings back emotions from the classic PS2 era, at least for you. You're talking about Shadow of Colossus, probably. Yeah. Yeah, for me too. Yeah, totally. I played Shadow of Colossus a lot when I was in college. I remember playing it there. I was like, oh my god, it's so good. You all have to play this. It's amazing. Yeah, I remember around that time it was that game that blew my mind, and also that's when Katamari Damacy came out. Or was it We Love Katamari? I don't know. I can't remember which one the first one was. But playing that, I was like, oh shit. My friend had like a Japanese bootleg of that game. And we would smoke a lot and then play that game, and it was like mind-blowing. You haven't taken class in a couple years? You did a lot of basic? Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it's probably been over a year since I taught with them last. Because I've just been doing my my own mentorship, which just wrapped up. We just finished 8 weeks. And it was really good. It was really fun. I'll probably ramp up a new one after the new year. So stay tuned for that. Did shadow classes make you cry? Well, I don't want to spoil it, but at the moment you're probably referring to, yeah, it's a pretty emotional moment. I'll say that. It was very emotional. Sean Paints. Summoned by Zen. Yeah, get off that Discord and come into the chat. Hey, Jerry, are you going to CTN? Oh yeah, I'm going to be there. I'll have my table. I'm going to be there the whole time at CTN, and I'll have my new book. Which, by the way, I just got it back. I just got it from the printers. It's all done. It's called Form and Frame. Sorry, that's a bunch of glare. Form and Frame. And it's got rounded corners. It's glossy. And it's 80... I'm going to try to do that. It's 80 pages. It's got Form and Frame right there. And look, it's got my name on it, like a real book. That's the back. It's got a barcode on it. So maybe someday I could sell it online. And that's that. If you guys are watching on Instagram, I'll take some better pictures and do like a slow, well, slightly quick flip through the book so y'all can see the pages and the art. But I'll be selling that at CTN. I don't have any other way of selling it or sending it to anybody right now, so I feel bad even showing it because I don't have that ability right now. We'll see how things go. Maybe there will be an opportunity to sell it online, but no promises. But that's awesome, Sean. You have to stop by my table and say hello. And so does Sketchy, wherever she is. I think she or he, I don't know. Oh, there's a bunch of Twitch chat I missed. Played Metroid Prime, it's cool. Boy, you must be young. See, when I was in elementary school, it was Super Nintendo and NES. Well, NES was like when I was really young, really young. And then it was Super Nintendo. Very shiny. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, the book was, oh boy, that was a lot of work and a lot of trouble to do. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, where can you buy it in Russia? I don't have a way for online. That's what sucks. I don't know. Maybe after CTN, I'll research a way to sell it abroad. But I just don't know. If anybody knows how to do that, let me know. Send me a message. But for now, I'm just going to be selling it at CTN. So if any of you guys are going to be there, please stop by. Say hello. You don't have to buy the book. Just say hello. That's what I care more about. Oh, Super Metroid? Yeah, it's a good game. Yeah. That was a really good game. I love all this video game talk. It's good. Who wants to talk about art anyways? I'd rather talk about video games. Alright. Probably almost ready to move on to color. Let's see. Hi. I like the composition. It's very great. Thank you, Rita Rush. Is a Cintiq worth buying over an Intuos Pro? What's an Intuos Pro? Is that just like a tablet? I really don't know. I mean, I use Cintiq at home and at work, and I've gotten very used to it. But there was actually a time when I went back to tablet, and for painting, I actually kind of like tablet better, sort of. Just for the simple, stupid reason of like my hand is out of the way. Yeah, it's kind of dumb, right? Because traditional painting, your hand is in the way, so I don't know. It just feels different sometimes when I'm painting on just a tablet. I actually kind of like it. So if my Cintiq broke down and I went back to my old tablet, I would actually be okay. I think I could work just the same. But if I were doing like a lot of precise line work, having a Cintiq would be much better, I think. For me, personally. So yeah, I would say it's not completely necessary, you know, but Cintiqs are pretty nice. We're a little ambivalent about the new one, the new Cintiqs. My wife was having some problems with it. The screen isn't quite right. It actually degrades over time. So there's all these little dead pixels. And it has a tendency to turn itself off and disconnect in weird ways. Maybe it's just that having to do with connected to a Mac. Maybe on PC it's better. We don't know. It's really cool though. Like it's the best monitor they've come up with so far though, because like there's no space between where the pen touches and where the monitor itself is. Usually there's a little bit of a gap, but with that there's no gap. It's pretty nice, but I don't know. Unfortunately, there's some issues that we ran into. And they don't have the best customer support. What's the difference between a Cintiq and a tablet? Well, the obvious thing is on a Cintiq, you're drawing on the monitor on the screen. In tablet, there's a disconnect. You're drawing on a pad, but looking up at a screen, separate. Yeah, their customer service is not great. That's unfortunate. Luckily, every Cintiq product I've ever bought has been like really good, really super good quality. So it's a bit surprising to me that this new Cintiq is not great. Like I still have my Intuos 3, and I bought my Intuos 3 tablet when they first came out, when they were first released. I was in high school, so that was like 03 or 04. And it still works just fine. It works great. Nothing, like no problems at all with it. And it's been dropped and taken on trips and just been through the muck. And it still works just fine. Oh, your Intuos broke? Oh no. Oh, but they never charge you? That's awesome. You're waiting for your pen to charge? The pen's charged now? I didn't know that. That's weird. Must be a different kind of tablet. I've been on the Cintiq 22-inch for years. Pretty much since they came out. Because I had it at my last company too, and I've had this one at home, and I use this same one at work, and it's my favorite Cintiq. I think it's, you know, I think it's the best one they've made, honestly. So my highest recommendation is the 22-inch. It would be the new one if we didn't have those issues. Oh, Jeremy, some of your brushes I really like in work. Oh, yeah. No problem. I'm glad you're enjoying the brushes. I've been using these brushes so long, I need to start. I think I'm about to, at a time when I need to start scouting some new ones. Or at least force myself to try some new brushes. It's always good to do that once in a while, just to, I don't know, maybe you'll find something that's really beneficial that you really like. You would never know if you hadn't tried, so I love to experiment with new brushes. Change up my process a little bit. I screwed that all up. Oops. Layers. I hate layers. Oh, you do online customer service? Oh boy. I bet you're awesome. I've had some bad experiences. You're stressed out. Oh no. You gotta treat yourself. Really like Jama's brushes. Yeah, yeah. I think I have both of their sets. I haven't played around with either of them too much. Greg's brushes are excellent. Yeah, they seem pretty good. I looked at them quickly, but I hadn't had time to really spend time with it. I'm weird when it comes to new brushes. It takes me a while to like slowly break into it and really try them, because it just requires a lot of time to get used to it. All right. I think I'm getting to a point where I might start adding color, actually. Yeah, believe it or not, color. We should totally have a stream where if I do a virtual plein air, we try to get everyone to do the same one. Or at least like the same area, because you can travel around a little bit. It'd be fun if everyone was on the same page, and at the end of the stream everyone submits theirs. That would kind of require everyone to get into the stream right at the beginning, and people often drop in a little late. But yeah, that would be cool. Because I'm always sharing the link, and I'm like secretly hoping that somebody else is also doing it. So it'd be fun to see how that goes. Yeah, I gotta tell you guys in advance. And the trouble is, like, I don't really plan for this sometimes, the stream. I just, like, I look on Map Crunch and I go, oh, that's fine, we'll just do that. All right. I'd say the color on this one is probably going to be just a bit complex. There's lots of stuff going on, lots of different colors, lots of different things happening. You think your pen is charged now? Nice. Can you link the Street View address in a day before? I could try to do that. If everyone is in the Discord, I could try to do that. I like doing one of these is almost kind of like a backup plan for me. So sometimes it's but today I had a pretty good idea I was going to do this, but sometimes I just don't know what to do, so I default to doing one of these. Sometimes an idea just kind of comes to me like just like a minute before I start. But yeah, I want to try it. Yeah, we'll do that. I'll make an effort to setting that up prior. All right. So not bad here. I think we're good to start on some color. Why not? It's 10:30. Should get going on that. Something you love is to be able to do touch control on the screen. Oh, the touch controls on the Cintiq. Maybe I'm old-fashioned. I just don't like it. It's not for me. It'd be nice to paint the same thing, but you have to take Wednesday off. Or that could be the feedback stream. I'm going to do a feedback stream before I conclude on YouTube. So before the end of the year, I'll do a feedback stream. Probably early in December. And what we'll do is we'll just get submissions in Discord. So people can submit things for feedback. Well, there already is a feedback section in the Discord. So that kind of works, right? So people can submit an image there. Okay, let's do some colors. We got plenty of time till that, so till that feedback stream. So I'm saying it now. It'll probably be December. I think that's safe. And then it'll be. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the last YouTube stream before it's all Twitch. Can we come up with a way to not get 50 new people to Discord? No. We want to get as many people as possible. I think it's fun. If the Discord needs to, if it gets so big, let's say, and you can't handle it, we could segment it to, like, something live stream Discord 2 or something. I don't know. Well, we could get some. You got to recruit some new talent to help moderate with that. How about colors? Is it 100% correct? Or you see difference comparing to standard monitors? Yeah, I think... Yeah, Cintiq monitors are usually pretty good. I have an iMac, and I love the way the monitor looks on the iMac. And actually, that's kind of why I like using the tablet, because I just felt that the colors and the image looks so good on the Mac that I would sacrifice using a Cintiq just to see like the nicely calibrated colors on the Mac screen, because that is something that Apple does quite well. They have really good like Retina displays. That's probably the best thing about the iMac, I would say. No, we're gonna get as many people as we can. You just gotta recruit new moderating talent. No, you guys gotta bring more people into the stream. That's your job. It's not my job. It's your job. I'm not doing it. Hell no. But it's like free arts. Yeah. Well, if it gets big enough, who knows? There could be opportunities where it won't be free arts anymore. But still a relatively small community. Plus, everybody seems pretty nice on there. Am I right? Like, a few times I go on there, I go, oh yeah, everyone seems pretty chill, pretty good, like good discourse, good attitude, mostly. Finesse, sure. You wrote a longer comment early, but I might got cut out. Switching to Cintiq. Right. Yes, there are ways of calibrating. That's a good idea. Sounds like a challenge. You know, things in life are hard. I mean, I totally appreciate you guys moderating that and kicking it off, and it's your baby. What's good about, like, if you can get a community that grows, is that it can be self-sufficient. So we get some more people in there, maybe some more moderators too. It's super hard to find mods. There's a giant learning curve. Well, Honestly, I've never done it before, so I don't really know what that might require. I mean, you're probably moderating at a professional level. Um, so I don't know that every new mod would have to be at a professional level. I don't know. There's just some basic things that your new minion mods, your trainees, shall we say. There's probably some basic stuff they can know. You can teach them. Yes, your minions. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. And moving to Twitch will be good too. Yeah, so my goal is to, like I said, is move to Twitch for all the streaming. And then what I'll do is I'll go back to making shorter videos on YouTube. So I'll still be creating a lot of content for YouTube. It'll just be shorter videos with some commentary, very quick, under 5 minutes, and then maybe some longer ones here and there. And then Twitch will be all stream, and probably more streams, honestly, and much longer streams. Kela Chukawa Nakawa. I don't know how you say your name. You're from CCAD. Oh man, that's awesome. Are you currently a student at CCAD? You might be able to do light moderation. See? There you go. There you go, Zen. You got your first volunteer. Already making your life easier. I know I butchered your name. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry. Now I feel bad. Can I just say Kel? Yeah, you're currently at CCAD. Awesome. What's your major? Are you illustration or fine art, perhaps? I wonder what that school is like right now. I got a question about that. They asked me when I was going to where I went to school, and I was like, I really don't know what the school's like anymore, because I graduated in '09. I imagine it's changed a bunch since then. Animation major, awesome. Henry Hines, love it so far. Thank you. I'm assuming you're talking about the image. I don't know what else you could be loving right now so far. Indeed. All right. 40 hours a week, though. Oh, man. That is a lot of hours. CCAD, isn't that where Ken Fairclough graduated from, too? I don't know. I don't know. I was a fine arts major, so I was in my studio space, just painting away. Pretty much all throughout school, so. Well, that's great to hear from another CCADer. Alright. There's a lot of stuff in this scene. As you guys who got the link, you can see. There's a lot going on. So it's gonna... The color pass is gonna take some time. But, you know, it's getting there. It's getting there. Actually, I probably shouldn't spend too much time on this background because I like to get the colors kind of blocked in quickly all together. That way I can judge them from one another. See if I need to make an adjustment here and there before I start giving into detail. The god of detail. That got color fast. Yeah. I like doing these virtual plein airs. It's very chill. I can talk to you guys, interact more. You have Wacom display setting installed with the driver in PC? Oh, I don't have any of that. I have a Mac. You're probably talking to the other guy. Okay. Would gradient map be easier? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Oh, do you know what I meant to do? Shit. Hold on. I wanted to... I want to show a little bit of process, so... This one's easy, because that's just white. And this one... We'll just go to black. And we'll take these, and we'll put it in their own happy little group, where they're not hurting anyone. And then... Okay, back to color. That way I have my process steps. Okay. Gradient maps. The problem with gradient maps is that I have no detail in these layers. It's literally just those three values. Like 50% gray, black, and then white, and that's it. So it's not really gonna... Gradient map's not really gonna help. because it would just solidly paint down each layer. So I just lock the layer and then start painting in color individually by hand. No trickery. Seems to work out. I like using gradient maps, and I do use it for certain things. But the thing I don't like about gradient maps is sliding around those little gradient sliders. That just sucks. They're so finicky. You know? And this way, when it's all locked, and I can just play around with color, not worry about being too sloppy. Just push color around in interesting ways. It's a very carefree way of working. It's not as fun. You're right. PHUN, not as fun. No. I did do that. There's a painting that I did on live stream called The Procession. I have a video on YouTube from that live stream. That image, I used gradient maps for the beginning to add color. So I've certainly done it. I think this is better for me. That way I can paint everything out. I like being in control of every step along the way. I'm a bit of a control freak in that sense. How old are you, Jeremy? Oh no. How old do I seem? $21? Ha! I like that. That is, you know what? Jeepster, you're totally right. I am one metric Jeremy old. 45? You went from 21 to 45? Suresh Kumar, thank you so much. 45. Ugh. You're just trying to insult me. Late 20s? That's not a guess. I mean, you're fishing. I mean, you need a solid number. I am 30 years old. That's it. Just 30. 30. Does that seem right? 30? I guess if you split the difference between 45 and 21, you'd be pretty close. So your guys' average is not bad. You're 30 as well? But you graduated in 2015. How the hell did you finish in 2009? Well, the math works out. I graduated from high school in 05, went directly to college and graduated from college in 09. Exactly 4 years later. And I started working in the game industry in 2009. It checks out. And I've been doing that ever since. Someone said you worked on Elder Scrolls Online? Someone said you worked on Elder Scrolls. I worked on Elder Scrolls Online. I worked on that game for 6 years. Do you remember any books or online classes? Oh boy. I get that question from time to time. Well, I would say I get that question every stream. Pretty much. But you don't know that. I'm really bad at doing those kinds of recommendations. I really am. I'm sure there's some nice people in the chat that can help you out. Schoolism has some good classes. I've watched some of those. And I always recommend Framed Ink as a really great book. And y'all are probably tired of me saying that. Because I feel like I say that every stream. Yeah. There's really great resources out there today. So, I'm sure you can find some of that. Alright, we're getting there. Just a little bit at a time. Did you play Daggerfall? Are you talking about the early Elder Scrolls game named Daggerfall? If you are, I've never played that. The only Elder Scrolls games that I played Oblivion. I dabbled in Morrowind much later, and I obviously played a lot of Skyrim. And I played more than I ever wanted to of Elder Scrolls Online, just at various stages of its development, which is never fun. It's never fun to play a game that's unfinished, except for Destiny. That's it. It's the only exception. Destiny is a really fun game to play even when it's unfinished. But MMOs are not great when they're not finished. Oh no. Skyrim VR is coming soon. That seems cool, to walk around in that world in VR. I think that'd be fun. Skyrim is coming out on the Nintendo Switch, which is crazy. I hope it comes out and it's not super buggy. And it's actually like the first viable way of playing Skyrim portable. So I could play that on a plane. If it's a good port, I might just buy it. Even though I've got like 10 copies of Skyrim. We're at 11 o'clock now, alright. I think I'm making okay time. Start doing... Almost done with my first color pass. You work on a post-apocalyptic project. Your computer's trash, you can't test the game. Yeah. Oh boy, is it Phoenix Point? Is that the game you're working on? Oh boy, that's very specific. I wonder if you're right. Are you right? Yeah, I'm gonna probably build a new computer in the near future. I want to have it for the new year. The new year of streaming and making YouTube videos. Your coffee machine broke down last night? It's 8 a.m. and you're freaking out. Get a French press. Never heard of a French press breaking down ever. Of course, that doesn't help you right now. That's the problem. I got a somewhat hard question, if you don't mind. Oh, those are my favorite. Those hard questions. Hard-hitting questions. Go for it. Summer corruption with Visceral Games going under and Telltale laying off and more going away. I wonder if it's really that risky to work in the industry, especially for artists. You know, those situations suck. You know, that happens a lot. A lot of companies just go under for various reasons. There's lots of reasons why a company would go under. That sucks that it's Visceral, though. I could almost see why Telltale would lay people off, even though I don't really know the whole story. I mean, they were taking on a lot of projects, and you know, I don't know if the quality was slipping a little. I would like Telltale. What I would like, the selfish thing I would like, is for them to slow it down a little bit, and perfect their formula a little bit, or try to change their formula up a little bit. For Visceral, it's like Visceral made Dead Space games, which are like my favorite. Some of my favorite games, like one of my top all-time favorite games is Dead Space 2, so that super sucks. But the thing is like, my point is that there's a lot of big studios that are kind of going down, and that happens from time to time. But there's so many new opportunities coming up, and there's so many new studios, and like, you know, the indie development kind of turned into like the new mid-tier game development. The mid-tier game development that was dying out in like the early 2010s, like 2011, 2012, like. And in its place, there were some really popular indie games, and those indie games got big enough to the point where they became the new mid-tier. So there's a lot of new development, new opportunities, new games, new projects that keep coming up. So, you know, and Amazon's a huge juggernaut in gaming, and I don't know of any new title that's been announced for Amazon, but they've been hiring up like crazy. And they're still hiring up. And Riot seems to be taking up all the talent, you know. And I think more and more, just the way the internet is, and the way contract works, and the way the internet has encouraged all types of new games, and that there's so much more opportunity out there. Probably more than there ever was, honestly. It's like everyone I know that's like a, you know, decent concept artist, they're finding work. Or even some of the concert artists that I know that are not like amazing, but just okay. Like they're still getting work. They're still able to find stuff. So I feel confident that there's plenty of work out there. It's just know where to find it, know how to attract them, know how to make a portfolio that works for what they're looking for. I wouldn't say like avoid this industry. No, definitely not. You're from Thailand. It's a lot of work to get a visa to go to the North America. This might sound like kind of terrible, but you're right. It is really hard to get a company to hire you enough to give you a visa to work at the studio. I know that like at our studio, we've passed up on really great artists from China and Taiwan that are really, really amazing, but the company just doesn't want to give visas, and it sucks. Because these are artists that I've recommended even. It's like, it sucks to tell them that for visa reasons, we're not doing it. You know, we're not going with them. Of course, they don't tell them that, but that is really what it is. There are exceptions. I mean, there are studios that will do that, but your work would have to be like so impressive and so outstanding that they would go out of their way to bring you to the States, give you a work visa. And then again, it's not even like that simple. I know some people that have done it this way, and this is a little extreme, but it's so much easier to get a school visa, like to come here to go to school. And some people will do that, and they'll go to a college and also job hunt at the same time. And or maybe try to find internships while they're taking a couple classes. So you could do like part-time school, part-time work. That's a little trickier to navigate, maybe a little riskier, but I know people that have done that. Just because the student visa is much easier to acquire. And then the company doesn't have to like get you a work visa. You can just, you're local, you can just get in there and start working, you know. It's a bit extreme, but it's a way. Is that your hood? This image I'm doing? No, this is Cambodia. Definitely not my hood. Amazon Games? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, Amazon has a whole games division. They've hired a ton of people in the industry. Yes, you can use something called a bladder to bring heavy medicinal drugs to Europe for the market. Drugs have a higher price tag in Europe higher than they are here in the States. Just saying. Oh, I was wondering where you went, Zen. You left kind of on a somber note. Just want to make sure everything's okay over there. You work near a farm that lost a ton of money because the cucumbers were too curved? Damn, that's hard life right there. Color, yeah. Hell yeah, color. You'll have to backwatch. Yeah. Yeah, it's always a little bit quiet when you leave. What's your favorite game of all time? Oh my god. How do I don't know. Of all time. It's hard to say because like some of the games that I liked when I was younger don't age very well for me as I get older. Like I could say Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, but honestly I haven't played that game in some years. But it definitely is still one of my favorite games of all time, for sure. More recent favorite game of all time might be like Dark Souls. Probably. Dark Souls. Games that I was like, I had like games that I was super hooked on, super crazy about, that were periods of my life. Would be like, there's a period of time when I played Left 4 Dead 2 like crazy, and Counter-Strike and Team Fortress, like all those games. I played those like insane amounts of those games. Then I had the StarCraft phase when I was in college, and now I'm in an Overwatch phase. Those competitive games that you just play over and over again. I don't know, but what about you guys? Dwarf Fortress? Oh god. You must be such a nerd. Dwarf Fortress. That's a game I will never crack, probably. Played Demon Souls? Yeah, I played Demon Souls first, actually. And I would say that because it was like my first experience playing those kind of games. But I thought Dark Souls was a better implementation in some of those themes. Yeah, but I played Demon Souls when it was first released here in the US. And I was like one of those hipsters where I was like, oh my god, you guys don't even know, you gotta play this game. So awesome. I was trying to get everyone to play that game. No one cared. And then the game got really big and I felt really cool. I was like, yeah, I'm cool. But then the game became too big and I was like, no, not cool. Nah, I still love that. I still love it. I love Demon Souls, but I like Dark Souls probably the best. And I've played all the other ones, Bloodborne, all that. Actually, Bloodborne might be my favorite one, actually. I don't know. I hope they make another one. I enjoy games where weird things happen. That's pretty cool. Played RimWorld the other day. Half my colony went ape crap and decided to make hats out of their fellow colonists. What? That's crazy. That's some next level shit. I didn't even think that was possible. I'm pretty familiar with what Dwarf Fortress is, and if it's like that kind of game, hey, I'm impressed that you can play that. I think that's really interesting, but it's not the kind of game I would get into. Ever tried Link Between Worlds? Oh my god, I wanted to play that, but I don't have a 3DS. I really wanted to play that. Hopefully they'll put it on Switch or something, because I have a Switch now, so I'm hoping they re-release some of those games on there. Yeah, yeah, Link Between Worlds. I really wanted to play that. I'm still bitter about it. Did you play it? Did you like it? Star Wars Battlefront 2. That game is so pretty. They make like the, they make the most pretty games for sure. It's got all the Star Wars in it, which is pretty cool. $2DS XL is $150 US. I'm not gonna get it. I have a Switch. I'm past that. When will your new short YouTube videos come out? So the first of next year, so 2018. All streaming will be on Twitch. Everything will be on Twitch. Streaming. And what my plan is is to do longer streams on Twitch. Well, we'll do the regular Wednesday one, and then I'll probably do like a longer one on the weekend or something like that, here and there. And then I'll record the stream, so I'll always be recording while I'm streaming. And then if the image turns out okay, which doesn't always, but if it does, I'll do like a commentary video, very short, and that'll be on YouTube. So videos aren't going to start appearing right on the 1st of the new year, but I'm hoping around, or starting in January to start doing that. It's going to be a little bit more work for me, but hopefully not too much more work. So I think videos will be fewer and farther between on YouTube, but hopefully shorter and at a nicer quality and kind of straight to the point, which seems to be a better way to go on YouTube. These long streams just, not many people watch them, and I understand why. Like I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. So I get it. It's cool. Did you play classic PC shooters like Doom and Quake on Unreal? My first experience with those was playing. I played Doom. That was probably the first, and that was crazy. That was just insane. Maybe Wolfenstein. Maybe that was around the time. And Doom was so awesome. And then my friend got Duke Nukem. And when I was a kid, that was a great game to have when you're a kid. You just keep hitting the space bar over and over again. You know what I mean. And I never played the Quake Online stuff. I never had an internet connection that would do that. So I was never a part of that online Quake community. So, like, the first actual online shooter, PC shooter that I was playing was probably, like, Rainbow Six. I played that online. Rogue Spear. I played Rogue Spear online. Then I played things like Civ and Age of Empires. And those are like the first PC online games that I played. We never really had like great internet connection, so it was kind of hard. Dial-up or like 24K or whatever. It sucks. Why are you making the shadows warm? Wouldn't the sky make them cool? That's true. Yeah, there's definitely some cool tones in here. And that cool color is coming from the sky, and the closer you get to the tree over here and some of these other obstacles, it's going to block the light from the sky, so you're not going to get as cool. And there's a bit of warmth that's going to happen on the edge of the shadow, and that's kind of just a photographic trick to just have that little edge of saturation. I don't know, it looks really nice and dynamic and warm. Feels warm and hot. Makes the sun feel hot. Plus, also, there's some warm spots in the shadow area because light is hitting the side of the car and some of the objects, and that light is reflecting back down onto the shadow area, causing it to the shadow to be a little bit warm in certain areas. What program do you use to stream? I use OBS. I use OBS to stream. Will you still do plein air paintings on Twitch? Yeah, of course. I'll do everything the same. I'll do more, even. Any RuneScapers here? Not me, man. Sorry. Age of Empires. Ugh, Age of Empires 4? Are they really doing that? Oof. I don't know if I would like an Age of Empires game today. It would depend. Like, yeah, I don't. That was a time and a place for me. Not sure how that would hang with me today. And I'm even like past StarCraft. Like I played so much StarCraft 1 and 2, Brood War and StarCraft 2. But I can't go back to that. I just can't. Just can't do it. What's been happening? You missed most of this one. I'm just painting, talking about video games. What about the red under the van? There's a warm red brick, and because of the material, a lot of the local color is getting washed out. Except where the light is kind of occluded underneath the van. I've, of course, exaggerated quite a bit. I'm not going to leave it that way, obviously. I'm gonna change it, but it's kind of the warmth of the brick is what I was putting in there. Sometimes I just push color to a ridiculous amount in certain areas just because it feels nice, and no other reason other than that. There's some logic behind it, of course, but it's not. I don't know. It's whatever bullshit reason I want to give myself. Relic is making Age of Empires 4. Relic. Did Relic just have layoffs? Did they make Hob and what's that Magicka game? Oh, that's Runic. That's Runic. That's not Relic. It's different. Yeah, Runic just had layoffs. Yes, the surface itself is red. What about classic graphic adventure games? Myst, Full Throttle. I completely missed that train. I didn't play any of those games. And I tried to play some of them. Like I played that new, oh god, what is it called? The new point and click adventure game. Had really great art. It was kickstarted. Ugh. Anyways, I fell off of that game, and that's supposed to be really good. So I just assumed that those kind of games are not really for me. I played Telltale games. I played 2 of them, and I liked them, but they're very light on the puzzly parts, so maybe that's why I was able to get through them. But yeah, I completely missed that era of games. The closest thing to Myst I played was The Witness, which I really, really liked that game. And I played all through that, no problem, but... Yin, what's up? How you doing? Yin Fawe. I hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, man, I like your new art. It's looking pretty good. I see your posts on Instagram. Evacary, hello. Thank you. Greetings from Singapore. Well, hello. Yeah, those point and clicks do have really weird logic. I don't understand the logic, and I guess not having that history of playing those games, it's sort of lost on me. I'm like, well, clearly use the crowbar to open the door. I don't understand how you're supposed to use a donut. I don't know, bad example, but that's kind of how it is for me. Singapore, yeah. I'd love to visit Singapore sometime. Dave here has a gun and soap. A guard is on the way. Using the gun will fail. Using soap will knock him out. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. How can anybody not get that? Only come to Singapore if you like to sweat. What about in the winter? Does it matter? How about Minecraft? Never played Minecraft. The only game kind of like that I played was Terraria. That's about it. If that's even like similar. But never got into Minecraft. Not at all. I am super into Stardew Valley. I like that game a lot. I know it's not like Minecraft, but there's some overlap somewhere. Stardew Valley is great. Anybody else here play Stardew Valley? There's only rain, typhoons, hot blazing sun, and more rain. You think after a while you just get used to the heat, right? I don't like humidity. I think that's the thing that I would run away from. That's why I like it here in California, because there's like no humidity. And it's always a little bit chilly. Like it's warm during the day, but at night it's always a little bit chilly, so it's kind of nice. And by chilly, I mean like 60 Fahrenheit. There just is no winter. Okay, well, alright. It's maybe just the rainy season, right? When you're a kid, you used to paint a lot. But when you're 13, you quit to spend more time with friends. Now at 25, I'd like to paint again. Share with me a thought. Maybe give you some tips. Yeah, I don't know what you want to do. I mean, painting is such a big, broad term with lots of different facets and different things you can do. Digitally, traditionally, different mediums. As I always say, you know, with any kind of painting, is just start really simple. Pick a simple subject. And slowly build from there. Don't try to do too much all at once. Start black and white, you know, start with a limited palette, start with a simple still life or something, you know. Don't overwhelm yourself. And just get into the habit. Cut out a little bit of time each day to do it. You know, don't do too much too quick, because then you'll burn out. You know, just like anything, any new thing you want to learn or new hobby. Start with simple materials before you start buying expensive materials. Did you draw pixel art? I've done that before. Yeah, it's fun. You love Stardew Valley for the Switch. Yeah, I played it on PC a lot, probably like 50 hours or so, and then I got it on Switch, and I'm like starting from the beginning again and playing it all over again. It's so good. I like the mining in that game, and I like just making a farming empire. Just like dating random farm girls. I'm the worst at the whole dating end of that game. I don't understand how it works. Like, I know what to do, but I don't want to like track down gifts for everyone and talk to people. I'm more antisocial in that game than I am in real life. I'm already kind of antisocial, but I'm even way more antisocial in that game. Just throw around wads of money. If only that worked in that game. Like, I want to, in this playthrough, I want to go and do, try to do some of the relationship stuff in it, because you can have kids, I think, at some point. I think that's funny. Thank you. I didn't know I need to start in black and white. Well, you don't need to do anything, but I think it would just, you know, not worrying about color, I made things easier, just to get used to the material that you're using, whatever that is. Some people write out spreadsheets, different characters' routines, likes, dislikes, other variables. Yeah, you could go pretty deep with that game. I just do pretty much only the mining and the farming. I get enough satisfaction doing that, and I want to have like the most epic, efficiently run farm. That's all I care about, and the mining stuff's alright too. So I like getting loot. Alright, probably wrapping up pretty soon here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I like painting these banana leaves. Banana leaf plants. I don't know what they're called. I've got one of these things right outside my window. I don't even know what they're called. Hi, might I inquire as to the name of the song that is currently playing? Well, that's a very nice way of asking. This is music by Peter Gundry. Couldn't tell you what the name of the song is, but that's the artist. Peter Gundry on YouTube. Lloyd Sorrow. A very proper name, a very proper question. Thank you. Don't forget the art challenge winner. That's a good idea. Pick a winner. I feel like I need to put people in the scene. It's kind of sad and lonely. Forlorn. What are you trying to improve on when you do these virtual plein air images? Is it lighting, color, etc.? A lot of times when I do these, it's process, painting efficiency, color and light for sure. It's building, helping myself build a visual library. It's part just kind of relaxing, you know. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, sort of all of the above. I'm just exercising my already knowledge of light and color and learning a bit of something new with each image, for sure. Yeah. Alright. Let's add some color to these people. Just that little bit, I think, kind of helps out quite a bit. Although those people are looking real tiny. Zombies! Totally. This time Stickman drives a stick. I do got some car action here, don't I? Looks great. Thank you, Slam Dancer. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Now I realize I didn't save it yet. Oh well. I think that's gonna do it for the image. Happy Halloween! That was last week. Sketchy Yoon, hello. Hello, hello, hello. The Halloween image? Yeah, that was fun. Does it say Halloween on the title? It can't. I changed it on Twitch. Maybe it says it on YouTube. Well, I'm about done, so I'm not going to change it now. Relo 4. Yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know. There's actually a lot more I could do here. But I wanted to be efficient and sort of painterly with it, so it's one of those weeks. Virtual plein air? Yeah, it is. One more time. This is that is the link. I should probably put it in the PSD as well. I always put a link in the PSD so I remember. So I always have my location on there. Do any of your videos represent the way you work in studio accurately? Because I do these more for fun. You're right, I do these more for fun. The stuff I do at work would be like if I had a 3D block out and I'm painting over top of it. Or maybe just a screenshot of the game and then I'm painting over top of it. That's like mostly what I do. And it's usually like not super pretty, it's like really quick just to get an approval, and then I'll do like a prettier image. Or it'll be like designing a prop, an asset, crates, stuff like that. cover objects. You can never have too many cover objects. And then once in a while, I get to do like a fun. Usually earlier in the process, I'll do like a really nice, pretty image for like selling an idea, sort of, for something that isn't built yet, something that we're just thinking about. So I would say none of what I do on stream is really accurate, other than I'm painting and I'm using the same brushes I use at work, but it's the kind of stuff I do is very different. Are you planning to make more painting process videos in the future? Yes, I'll say it again. As of 2018, I will not be streaming on YouTube, but I will be live streaming. I'll still be streaming. It'll just be on Twitch. I just won't be on YouTube anymore. And the live streams will not, like the replays, will not be on YouTube. That's it. All YouTube's going to be are shorter painting process videos. So, shorter, under 5 minute with commentary. That's on YouTube, and then all the Twitch, all the streaming stuff is going to be on Twitch. Twinsane, thank you for coming by. Let's look at the Discord. Yeah, a little bit of commentary. I got to get better at doing that. It's hard to do that. But yeah, the YouTube will just be short. So what I'm hoping to do is I'll do the stream, and I'll do longer streams more often. But I'll also be recording. So all the time that I'm doing stream, I'll also be recording. And the recording I'll edit down and use it for YouTube. So killing two birds with one stone, basically. Yeah, but I'm not gonna do it every week. If it's only really if the image turns out okay, then I'll do a video. But that way I'm gonna, because a lot of stuff I do on stream are just like really quick stuff, like studies, and I still might do that. But I want to do more finished, more bigger images. And streaming on Twitch would be great, because then I can have like a 6-hour stream if I want. And I don't care if anybody watches the replay. It's more about the people that are there with me at the time. So, and then I'll edit it down to like a short 5-minute video. Yeah, no problem. That's a lot of work. It is and it isn't. It's slightly more work than I'm doing now, but I think it'll be okay. Let's go art challenge. Oh boy, what's going on here? Oh boy, mountainscape is the topic. Okay, this one's from Sparagus. There's definitely a mountain in there, for sure. Did we use a photo? Looks like we used a little bit of photo integration. When you use a photo, just be cognizant of where the different modeling of form is happening within the photo, and try to let your painting and brushstrokes follow along, complementing the photo, and areas where the photo isn't working with your painting, just cut it out. You don't have to have it everywhere. Then there's some really expressive brushstrokes. Another thing to keep in mind is when you have a photo texture in an image, the rest of your painting has to fit to that level of polish, that level of detail. Doesn't have to be everywhere, but just other focal areas like the tree here in the foreground would be nice to have that equal level of polish. But very cool, very moody, very cold and chilly. Yeah, it feels very cold. Icy. Mountainscape from Orikpio. It's a lighthouse on the edge of a cliff. Very cool. Yeah, just maybe to have this mountain shape read as a whole, maybe don't have it fall to a pure black like the sky is in the background. Maybe have its darkest dark be just a little bit lighter, so that shape reads as a whole really nicely. And then if it's a kind of a lighter shape because it's being lit by the lighthouse, then you can have the darker shape figure in the foreground. That way you get that nice separation. That one's from Orikpio. Petrostorm. Alright. Nice warm light. Very cool. You know, zoomed out, it looks pretty nice. Like, you have your warm light. The colors seem to be working pretty well. I would just soften up areas of this light here, like, because even in this shadow, the cracks here, there's going to be light hitting it, because light is hitting the surface of the rock and reflecting back up in between these little cracks and shadows, so there will be a little bit of a lightening. It still will be cooler and darker than the very lit areas, but just a little bit of a lightening. And I would keep that same warm temperature in all the other highlights of the mountain. Just keep that palette of the warm light very consistent, and that same warm light will be consistent in the clouds as well. Jeepster. Mountain cheese. Oh, here we go with those brush textures again. What I like about this is the consistency of lighting. Like, it has a really nice modeling of form. And I don't know if cheese is to be cute. Not sure. But it is very orange, very yellow, which makes it feel like cheese. But the way that well, I'm wondering if this is a different material, basically. If this Dorito-shaped lit area is actually cheese, or actually some other material that's not rock, because on the other facing side here, it's all white and snow-capped. If you're going to go cheese, go full cheese. Put the little holes in there and get some subsurface scattering in there, and go all the way, and maybe integrate that cheese a little bit somewhere else. But I do like those textures in the brush. But will it work for a second week? Isby. Very cool. Oh, again, going for that warm light at the top of the mountain, it always looks really nice. Always looks really cool. And then you have a nice foggy, misty foreground. I feel like now there needs to be something here in the foreground to complete that foreground, middle ground, background feel, Very cool. You could probably integrate some cooler light in the areas that are not lit by the direct light source, the sun. And if the light is this warm and this low, it should probably have like a more orange kind of sunset sky behind these mountains in the background. All right. Not that many entries this week, huh? Let's see here. Petrostorm, congratulations. Good job, guys. Petrostorm, nice. Nice work. Okay, guys. I am going to hijack the art challenge because for next week, the winner will get a copy of Destiny 2 for PC. So if you do the art challenge and you win, there's a copy of Destiny 2 waiting for you. It's for PC though, because that's what I got. Just give me a valid US or Canadian address and I will happily send it to you. Maybe with a little something extra with it. The unfortunate thing is, it has to be a US or Canadian address. Sending overseas is really complicated and it's a lot of money. The theme is what you think it is. Destiny, of course. So Destiny fan art, anything of the Destiny-like world, you can play with the idea, of course, you know, have fun with it. We'll be loose. But yes, free copy of Destiny 2. And a little something extra on top of it. So the winner of that challenge will get the copy of the game. That's this time next week. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm sorry. I almost like don't want to do it because I know it'll exclude, at least the prize will exclude people in the EU. But I have a plan for people in the EU that it's something I could send them. Something I can send to them that doesn't require me to mail physical things. So, if that makes sense. So, I want people that aren't in the US and Canada to still participate. So what we'll do, someone who wins, who's in the EU, I'll do that other thing. And then we'll go down the list until we run into somebody who is in the US, and that person will get the copy of the game, and I'll mail them there. Or if you're in the EU and you have a US address that you want me to send it to, I'll just send it to that address, whatever it is. A friend, family member, something. 1 week. Next stream. We'll do that next stream. So you have 1 week. Should make a formal announcement of some sort on the Discord. Yeah, you guys should do it. I'd like to see a lot of people submitting for that. So anything, like, it could be character, Destiny, it could be, you know, the Hive, the Fallen, it could be a planet, it could be whatever. It's open, just as long as it's like a Destiny themed thing. So I'm hijacking the topic. I'm sorry, Petrostorm. But I want to see lots of entries for that. Preparing for CTN. Yeah, this could be part of it too. This could be part of it. Make a portfolio piece. Shit, this music's from Skyrim. Yeah, it totally is. Alright guys. I'm hopefully Jeepster or Zen or somebody can make an official statement about the contest and the prize. Or I can write it out in there. It's fine. But good luck, everybody. I'll see you all next week. All right. Goodbye. See ya.